Hello, shining stars. How are you all? I hope that you all are fit and fine, and I hope you have completed the previous chapter. So, now let's move into the chapter number 9, and the chapter name over here is Breakfast. So basically, student, this is a poem. This is not a story. Okay. So in this poem, we will know about breakfast. Okay. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. Okay. So as you know, breakfast is very important for us, and breakfast should be heavy. Okay. One should, eat lots of food during the breakfast time. Okay. One should take the heavy meal during the breakfast time, because this heavy meal give you energy to do the whole day work. Okay. So one should not skip their breakfast. If you skip your breakfast, then you may feel unconscious type of thing, okay, and dizzy. That means you get tired very easily, you can't be able to do the work, and you feel lazy and lethargic and all. Okay, so that is why, student, you should always consume your breakfast. You should always take your breakfast. Okay, you should not be like this, like you should always like saying no to the breakfast. This is not at all right. Okay, because it is good for your health. Breakfast is good for your health, and that should be heavy, and it always make you healthy. Okay, so whenever your parents say to eat your breakfast, and to have your breakfast, then at that time you should obey your parents and you should have your breakfast. Okay, student, now let's start the poem. But before starting the poem, here comes a warm-up exercise. Why is breakfast the most important meal of the day? So basically, breakfast is most important meal of the day because breakfast is the first meal of the day. Okay, and it gives you the energy to do the work. Okay, so that is why breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And also breakfast should be, one should always contain heavy breakfast. Okay, one should always take the heavy breakfast, or take or eat heavy meal. Okay, so that they can do the work of the rest of the day. Okay, that is why breakfast is most important meal of the day. Now let's start the poem. Let's recite the poem. "Good morning, little earthworm," said the speckled thrush. "Where would you be going so early in a rush?" "I'm off to find some breakfast," he answered with a frown. "Well, so am I, sir," said the thrush, and quickly gulped him down. Okay, so basically, student, here, good morning, little earthworm, who is saying to whom? Good morning, little earthworm, the thrush is saying to the earthworm. Okay, so the thrush is basically wishing the earthworm that good morning, little earthworm. Okay, where would have you be going? Okay, like where are you going? Okay, then so early in a rush, okay, like in a very rush or in a very hurry manner, where are you going? The thrush is questioning to the earthworm. Okay, "I'm off to find some breakfast." Now the earthworm is saying to the thrush that I'm off to find my breakfast. Okay, as you know, every living being, they consume the food. Okay, and every living being is having their like own different kind of meal and food. Okay, so he answered with a frown. That earthworm answered with a frown because he knows that he will be killed over there, and the thrush will consume it. Thrush will eat it up. Okay, so he just answered with a frown that I am off to find my breakfast. Okay, "Well, so am I, sir," said the thrush. Now the thrush, who is a bird, okay, basically thrush is a bird, little bird. Okay, as you can see in the figure also, this is thrush, the brown bird. Okay, so the thrush is saying to the earthworm, "So am I, sir. So am I. I am also finding my breakfast, and I got the breakfast." That breakfast is the earthworm only. Okay, and quickly gulped him down. That means thrush quickly grab the earthworm and gulped him down. Okay, eat it up. Okay, so as you can see over here, how the thrush is grabbing the earthworm, and the earthworm in pain, making the noise and all. Okay, and the thrush just gulped it down, eat up the whole earthworm. Okay, so this beautiful poem is written by P.H. Kilby. So basically the poet is describing about the breakfast and all, and it also describing that how the living creatures, they eat one another, okay, to survive. And basically every living creature, every living being is having their own meal. Okay, different kind of meal. Like the earthworm consume different type of thing as compared to the bird, that is thrush. Okay, so what type of knowledge you get from this poem? We get the knowledge that one should not skip their breakfast. As you know, breakfast is very important meal of the day. Okay, and it gives you energy. And you also get to learn that how every living being breakfast is different. Okay, now student, let's move into the word meaning. Let's learn new words. First word is speckled, which means small marks or spots of different color on a body. Okay, these are the small marks or the spots of different color which are on the body. Now next is thrush, which means a singing bird. Okay, next is rush, which means to go or come with great speed. Next is frown, which means to have a sad, angry or worried look on the face. Next is gulp, which means swallow food or drink very quickly. Okay. So I hope, student, that you understood this poem. Now what you have to do, you have to recite this poem again and also complete the exercises. Now I will meet you in another class. Till then, student, take care. Bye-bye.